Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Johanna. Today is Wednesday, September 23rd, a little before 6:30 p.m. and I thought in today's video we would do a progress of the island so far, and if that is of interest to you, please stay tuned. Okay, so we worked on this entrance portion, and I have made some adjustments since then. As you can see, the flowers have grown in. I do like actually having music around the island, so I'm working on getting that in different places. And on this side I put a little cactus set and their flowers and whatnot, and I think this looks really good. And then here you can see that the garden area looks really nice. I still need to grow more, but I am watering them consistently between my 3 different characters, and so they are growing out, and I'm hoping that by Saturday it'll be a lot more full than this, because again, it's the bug off and these plants do attract bugs, so that helps. Leaf is here. Now what I have done since that video is I did put wooden planking down in front of Nook's Cranny, as well as here. I will be doing another video where we're going to be setting this area up. So right now it's just in the preliminary stages, but it's a work in progress, as you guys know. I did plant some coconut trees on this side and moved that. Again, this part of the island is really for day trippers and tourists to hang out, and then the rest of the island is more of a shabby artist colony. And so if we head behind residential services, right now, because I know that there will be the bug off, I'm storing some bugs here to sell because Flick buys them at a higher price than they do at Nook's Cranny. And I also want this to look like where the boats dock, where they drop off the tourists and the day trippers, and also the inventory and stock for both Nooks and for the girls, the Able sisters. And so I will be building up and out that area as well. I only paved this area because again, this is where the day trippers come in. I'm assuming that they get dropped off over here somewhere on the boat that you'll never see because it doesn't actually exist, and they just come into the town, they do a little bit of shopping, they go and get themselves a new outfit, they check out the courtyard area, and then eventually over here will be a little dining area by way of a cafe, and maybe like a little sitting area, and even a little play area for the kids who are coming with their parents on the day trips. And that's how I foresee this area. So this one will be the most glitzy, if you can call a shabby art community glitzy. I don't know what Biff is thinking, so we're going to ignore him for a while, but that's my boy Clay. I have yet to decorate the area for Biff, but he is a jock, so I did get this in a balloon, I believe, and so I put that out here, and I'll be able to decorate his area here as well as on the beach side, because again, this is more for the villagers who live here. Haven't really done anything with my house, so I'll need to work on that as well. I believe this is Spork. Yeah, this is Spork house, so he must be out and about. I still need to do his decorating of his area. This is Shep's house, and I've started, but I just put things there in the beginning, and I still need to do more. It is a work in progress, as I mentioned. When we do move in the 10th villager, that's where they're going to go. And then Clay's house, I will need to update this more so now that I know his personality type, and make this a little bit more him. And a little sitting area there. I do have ideas for little vignettes around the island, but as of right now, I haven't really had the opportunity to do those. Back this way, we do have, this is Rizzo, and you guys have never seen his house, so let's go take a look at that. It's really nice. And so this is what his house looks like. I don't know why he has a wanted sign, but he does. And I've used the stall as shelving as well. So that's definitely a good idea. And that's his music player, which I really like, but I've yet to find the recipe for. And I think his character is supposed to be like a Japanese samurai, and then that makes sense for the inside. This is our newest villager, Gonzo. His house is really nice too, but he's not home, so we can't take a look. And again, just like the others, I do need to flesh out their decorations. The only one that I've actually completed is Miss Pinky, and I have changed this just slightly by adding in the bamboo tree there and then just shifting that there. And I did adjust the kimono so that it matches both the pink and the yellow of the house as well as the blue of the top of the silo. And I'm really happy with that. So I just really need to get a move on with the others. I don't think you saw Blanche's house. She's one of our newer villagers as well. And hers is really elegant. I just absolutely love it. From the walls to the decorations. And I hope I get that recipe soon. I don't have it yet, but I do like how that looks. And we'll talk to Miss Blanche. And I think I just got the recipe for this bamboo light, but I'll have to take a look. And back here we have Miss Rhonda. Again, I've started the preliminary decoration, but I haven't actually fleshed it out. And she'll have this area here. Now, I don't know how long I'm going to be keeping Rhonda. And really, I actually really like her, but she keeps calling me Bigfoot, and that annoys me. So unless she asks me to change her phrase soon, if she asks me to leave before that, I'm definitely letting her go. Now up here, I don't have any ramps yet. Those cost bells, and I'm really trying to just work on other things for bells. And so this is sort of a breeding area for flowers, for trees, bamboo, and for these bushes. And then that way, as I need to fill in, I will take some of these here. And you might be wondering, well, why are there sparse areas in that front garden area right at the entrance? And that's really just because I want to try to grow as many free flowers as I can. And so I'm trying to spawn flowers up there, and I'm also trying to spawn flowers at the entrance. I really like the flowers in this game, and so I decorate a lot with flowers and trees. Back here is our campsite area. It's really casual. It's a little bit of a different crowd or a different vibe than the front area. Those are day trippers, and they come in just for shopping and relaxing on the beach. This is for a camper who comes in and just wants to kind of be isolated and rough it. Out here, there's a cooler, trash can, and a place they can store their food items, and they can also just hang out on this hammock here. And again, they're pretty much away from both the villagers and the touristed area, and I think for campers that's really what they like. Very simple and slow pace of hanging out and living. I did add a ramp up here. Eventually, I'd like to do a ramp to this area here. And like the third level on the other cliff, this really is just to grow flowers. And because when you water them, they can create hybrid flowers. Any of the pinks and the colors I don't think will work with fall. I'm going to eventually just move up here and just have them in one place. I don't want to get rid of them because eventually I'll want them for spring, but I do want to keep them contained. And then there's just more trees growing on this area. Eventually, the way I plant this long area here, Miss Pinky, is this is going to be little seating area and some trees. Again, I do want to keep the campsite a little bit separated from the rest of the island for their privacy as well as for the villagers. But I also want to put little painting and artist stations along here. I won't be doing any terraforming, or if I do, it's going to be very minimal, and I'll talk about that in probably another video. Here is where our farmer lives, Miss Frannie, and we'll take a look inside her house really quickly. Right now it is a one-room house, and to be honest, it might stay that way. I think I will try to expand and so that she gets a little bit of a larger room. But Frannie gets up at dawn, she goes to bed at dusk, she has her Sunday outfit and then the outfit that she wears. I love the coloring of her place, and I think it just fits the personality that I see in my head for her. And yes, the bookshelf is actually turned the wrong way, but that's the only way that you can actually see the books unless you're doing this. And I know it's strange, but I like seeing the books as I walk in, either with this character or with Frannie's. Out here is a little outside area for her to eat. She's got the oven, the smoker, and she's got some pasta there. It's also a workstation. It is a working farm. And then here, I did a video on this, and eventually I will be keeping the turnips here as I wait to sell them on a weekly basis. But as I am chasing stars, and the more things you have as dropped items outside, the less stars you can get. These are just coconuts, and they won't grow because they're not in sand, so they just stay like that, and I think that looks really nice. And got her little area out here, and there's a little picnic area if she decides she wants to eat outside with a barbecue. Again, this is kind of separated from the rest of the island. And then she also has a little flower farm here, and as they grow hybrids, the orange rose is a hybrid, the pink, I think that's going to be a pink mum, is a hybrid, then I will move them into appropriate spots. The orange one probably will go to the front, the pink will go back to the top of the cliff. Actually, let's go over here and we can take a quick peek at Barnee's house. You can see the museum area in the distance there, and we'll go over that in a little bit. Barnee is Blather's assistant, the museum's curator, and so he lives here. And so because he is the museum assistant, he does a lot of research for Blathers, and so that's why he has all of the plants and whatnot around him. I did flesh this out, and so he's got more things to work on. He's got some papers and books in order to do his research. He listens to the radio there. And he just has his things about him, but he is a rather neat person. So even though there's a lot of things here, it's still very neatly done. And then in this back room, he keeps fossils and whatnot. And I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can zoom in. That thing in the yellow bucket is actually kind of scary. It's a giant isopod, and it's sitting outside of that yellow bucket, just staring at you. That's a zebrafish, and that's a paper kite butterfly right there. That one actually doesn't really go, but the zebrafish looks a bit prehistoric, and that isopod is just kind of creepy, but in a fun way. But yeah, I wanted to put that back here, and for two reasons. One, I think they fit the sort of dinosaur feel, but also the fish tanks have lights, and so it just makes it easier to see back here. but I thought that was cool. I do plan to expand. We just paid, or Barney just paid off his mortgage, so he's going to be able to get another room. I definitely want to build this one out as much as I can to have different areas in the house to be sort of not a backup museum, but very much a research station for Blather's assistant, Barnee. And he's got the sink there. He does his own clothes, hangs them out on the line. He actually doesn't have very many clothes, but he's always smartly dressed because he never knows when he needs to meet with his boss, Blathers from the museum. And let me get quickly to my house, and I'll meet you guys there in just a second. Now I just updated and got the third room on the side there, so that one's actually empty. I haven't done anything with that, but this is the front room so far. It's sort of a lounge kitchen area. I don't have a lot of things that I can put in here, so I've tried to bring it together by keeping it at a yellow and blue theme with some wood elements, and really that's just because that's what I have. And back here is the bedroom. And I am building things around the things that I have. So eventually I'm going to either change this cupboard here to either dark wood or just wood, or maybe yellow wood, because I had the carpet. I recently just got the wallpaper, and so yeah, I just want to tie it in more so. Again, none of the furniture really matches. But that's just because I'm just using things that I either find in nooks or things that come in balloons. But I think it looks cute as a bedroom, and even though it doesn't match, I still have an S rating for this house, and Miss Frannie has an S rating as well. Barnee only has a B rating, so really that's a C, but his house is full of fish and fossils, so it makes sense. And then this is a little lounge area. I recently got the wallpaper, and so I think I might need to change some of the furniture. I'm not sure. I do like it, but I'm not sure if I like the pink with it or if I should change that. It is supposed to be a more formal area, and I do need to still put a little chair here for the desk, but that's just another thing on my to-do list. I'm not sure what the side area will be. Generally that's a bathroom, so I might do the same. It might be a bathroom slash washing room area to do your clothes. And I'm going to get back to the farm area so that we can visit the last space on the island, which is the museum, which so far is probably my favorite part of the island. And I said that I would talk about the terraforming issue, and I might as well do it now because I cannot segment, or I cannot connect these two sides of the island together because of that little piece right there. It needs to be straight, or I need to take it away, and I really want to be able to connect because otherwise I have to run around either side every single time. So even though I won't be building any cliffs or waterfalls, I might need to make an adjustment there in order to put a bridge down. And if I do an incline on either of the third levels or to the third levels, then I might have to do some slight breaking down of cliffs just to give me a flat surface. Alright guys, so this is the way into, or one of the ways into the museum area, and it's one of my favorite places. It is a bit shabby. As I mentioned, the island was supposed to be more sophisticated, but funds ran out, and so nature is taking back areas, and so you do see fossils all over the place. You see the amber and the little fossil there, and then there's weeds growing everywhere, and you'll see the purple lights. When I purchased them, I thought they were white lights. I didn't read, but I think for this month they actually fit really well. And there's lights by way of candles and lanterns and street lights everywhere. and you can see that the pathing was supposed to match that same wooden pathing, but again, money ran out, and so the dirt is growing back. I am trying to make it a little bit spooky, so I did put the skull music box there, as well as the purple flowers, and the spider web you see in the background is just an umbrella. And again, fossils everywhere. And then back here, if you see the blue on the right bottom hand corner, that's Barnee's house, and so he does live close too. And if he needs to, he can run through here as well as through here to get to the museum. And then this is the second pathway that leads from the farm there. And I really love how this looks. And so once we get into the winter and into spring, the only changes I foresee to this is I might put more flowers on the ground and less weeds, but I'm also going to take up the purple lights. But I love how this looks. And I love in the entrance where it looks like there was a cut from a forest, and that's how you get to Ring Grove, either via the airport and the dodos, or for day trippers from the back entrance there. I'm loving the direction this is going. It does take a little bit of time. Oh, Spork is sleeping, so let's be quiet. And this is our newest villager. You would have met him the other day, and this is Gonzo. And he is also a grumpy villager. I showed you the location of his house, and Gonzo and Rizzo actually live really close to each other. So I like that because to me it just is very much a Muppet reference. So this is the progress on my island so far. I've got a huge to-do list, and so when we get to the decorating of the various areas and whatnot, I will be filming that and putting that up here on YouTube. Again, I do plan on minimally terraforming, and really it mostly consists of putting down the pathing that comes with the game, or creating any new pathing myself, as I won't be using any download codes, and I certainly won't be building any cliffs or waterways, and so our island will maintain its original integrity. I'd love to know what you guys think of the progress so far, and from my island to yours, aloha!